Welcome to www.happynumbers.org. This is integers reviewing your skills. We've gone through integers now, what they are. We've gone addition of integers, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and now here's a chance to review your skills. Well, here are 4 problems. This is the first problem, it's addition. Second problem, this is addition 2 of signed numbers. Third problem is addition. Fourth problem is addition. And here, this is what is the opposite of 9. Okay, well, put the video or DVD on pause and copy the problems down and do them, and then turn it back on and we'll go over them. All right, go ahead. All right, let's see what we did here. Here, we have a negative 17 and a negative 12, and we're adding them. And we're adding signed numbers, and the sign is the same. So we just combine the numbers. So it means we add. 7 and 2 is 9. 1 and 1 is 2. We combine the numbers, and we use the similar sign. So negative 29 is the answer to the first problem. Let's look at the second one here. Negative 21 plus negative 9. I'm going to write it this way. Well, again, the signs are similar. So I just combine the numbers. 21 and 9 will give me 30, and I use the similar sign. So that's negative 30. And you could picture it on a number line. If you went to negative 21 and then you went in a negative direction 9 more, 1, 2, you'd wind up at 30, negative 30. Take a look here. Negative 7 plus 13. Well, I know this is a positive 13. So I'm adding numbers where signs are different. So I know I take the smaller number from the larger number. So if I take 7 away from 13, I get 6. And I use the sign of the larger number, which is positive, so I don't even have to write it. So that would be positive 6. And again, on a number line, if this was 0, and I was at negative 7, and I moved 13, I'd wind up at positive 6. Okay, next one. 8 plus 15. Well, I'm adding 2 numbers here whose signs are the same. Both of these numbers are positive, so I just combine them. So 8 and 15 is 23, and it's positive, so I don't have to write the number. And what is the opposite of positive 9? Well, obviously, negative 9. Well, good. Let me put the next series of problems up here. Okay, so it says add, you have 3 problems, 1, 2, and 3. It says add the following, so you have positive and negative numbers here, you have to add them. And now this is a subtraction problem, and this is a subtraction problem. So put your DVD or video on pause and work those, and then come on back. Okay, well, this is addition. So we can just combine all of the positive numbers. So we have 17 and 12 and 8 and 7. So these are all positive, so let's combine them. So 7 and 2 is 9. 9 and 8 is 17. And 17 and 7 is 24. Carry the 2, and I have 2, 3, 4. So 44, let's check that, 9. That's right. All right, so, and this is positive, and now I have a negative 10. And remember, I'm adding. So I take the smaller number from the larger number, 10. 44, take away 10, would give me 34. And I use the sign of the larger number, which is 44. So the answer to that is positive 34. Now we have a subtraction problem. Let's take a look at that. We have negative 43 minus negative 18. Well, I know when I am subtracting signed numbers, I really add the opposite. So I change this to an addition problem, and I change the sign of the second number. So now I'm adding two numbers with different signs. So I take 18 away from 43. So I have to borrow. So 13 take away 8 is 5. 3 take away 1 is 2. And I use the sign of the larger number, which was 43. So the answer would be negative 25. Let's check another one out. 27 minus negative 19. Well, I have two numbers I'm subtracting. I know when I subtract signed numbers, I add the opposite. So I change this to addition, make that positive. Now I am adding two numbers with the same sign, so I combine them. 7 and 9 is 16. Carry the 1. 1 and 2 is 3, and 1 is 4. Positive 46. Okay, let's go on. Some more problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your video on hold and work the problems and then turn it back on. Okay. Negative 17 minus positive 9. Well, when I'm subtracting integers or signed numbers, I add the opposite, so I make that positive. I change this, make it the opposite sign. Same signs, now I combine them. 26, negative 26. Now here I have negative 7 minus negative 10 plus 3 minus 6. Well, okay, I'm going to work this first. I am subtracting, so I add the opposite, so I change that and change that. And now I'm adding negative 7 and a positive 10. So I take the smaller from the larger. If I take 7 away from 10, I get 3. Use the sign of the larger, so I have a positive 3 plus 3. So this becomes positive 3. Now I'm adding 3. So a positive 3 and a positive 3 will give me a positive 6 minus a positive 6. So I know what I have to do here is add the opposite. So I change this to addition and this to negative. And now I have a positive 6 plus a negative 6. And that gives me 0. Let's go to the next one. Now, this is multiplication here. I'm multiplying two numbers and the signs are the same. If the signs are the same, that'll give me positive. And 7 times 8 is 56. So positive 56 is correct. Here I'm multiplying, multiplying two numbers, a positive and a negative. So I know the answer is going to be negative. 6 times 5, 30. Here, I'm multiplying a positive times a negative. So I know that would give me a negative. Then I'm multiplying a negative times a negative, and I know that would give me a positive. And then a positive times a negative would give me a negative. So I know my answer is going to be negative. Now I just do the multiplication. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. 40 times 1 is 40. So the answer is negative 40. Good. Oops, my time is up, but I'm going to continue on here because I just want to do a couple of other problems. So pardon me for going over a little bit. Here you have 1, 2, 3 division problems. This line means divided by this line right here. And here you have a problem where you have to do multiplication first and then divide. So put your video on pause and go ahead and work these. All right. We have a negative divided by a negative, so we know our answer is going to be positive. 6 goes into 18 3 times, so our answer is positive 3. Here I'm dividing a negative and a positive. Signs are different, so I know that the answer is going to be negative. 9 divided into 36 goes 4 times, so the answer is negative 4. Positive divided by a negative, so I know my answer is negative. 6 divided into 24 is 4 also, so the answer is negative 4. Now here, I must do this first, the multiplication. Negative 5 times 4 will give me a negative 20. Now I have a negative 20 divided by a negative 10. Well, the signs are the same, negative and negative, so the answer will be positive, and 10 divided into 20 goes 2 times. Well, good. There is your integer review. If you missed some problems in addition, and I would go and look at the addition of integers videos again. If you missed some subtraction ones, you might want to review the subtraction videos, and if you missed the multiplication or division, you might want to review those. Thank you much, and I apologize for going over.